In today's episode, we will be looking at how I made this Afro pop vocals for Kontor. If you've watched the part one, which is the one for the instrumentals, kudos. But for this episode, we'll be looking totally on vocals. Now, what I did at first was to import the instrumental, and the instrumental was actually mastered. After I was done, I mastered the instrumental and then I imported the instrumental. Now, I wanted this vocal right here to play before I enter into the instrumental. So I actually sang that before I enter the instrumental. And I'm gonna put on the song link on the description below so that you can go out and check the song and enjoy what we did there. Now, for the vocal preset, the first vocal preset was the vocal preset for Chooks Boy, and Chooks Boy layer was this preset and this area. Since I don't want to mess with the automation, what I actually did was to just make the whole of this layer more delayed and have a little bit of reverb than the second layer. Now, we also had the Ashake chorus effect as the doubles for this particular vocal, and I'm going to show you the preset of the Ashike chorus effect and also the preset that we use for the lead vocals. Now, for Chicks Boy vocals, the first one we actually put in a noise gate at first so we can stop other background noise coming in. So the next one we did was we add in a DL driver, and the DL driver we use this to get up to 8K hertz, because that's where we want a lot of aggressiveness coming in from the vocal. Next, we also use our graph EQ and using our subtractive EQ method to shaping the whole vocals as well. Then we use the EQ. Now this is EQ3M, which was the one we used to make the vocals to sit on the mix. So you can see that I also removed a little bit of lows again from that. Next, we come in with to use the BL1176. Now this compressor, I like it because of its smooth nature, and I like the way it compressed that vocal. I mean, it's very smooth. Next, we put in our de-esser, and we use this frequency area to look for where we can get the S sounds of that vocal and actually stop it. Next, we also went in for a pitch shifter for the vocal. So we wanted that doubling effect of the vocal for the lead vocal, as we only have in our general type of Afro sound. Next was the Tekla BA2A, and this compressor should just be like the second compressor that we give the vocal that weight and that warmth that we are looking for, and is also now increasing the vocal loudness from the additional gain that is giving the vocal and making it sound upfront and more professional. Next, we had this studio reverb right on it, and the studio reverb, the mix was set at 8%, and we went for that really high end tone so we can have that high end tone, and we came here with a little bit of size for the studio reverb to the point that it will be heard. Next was the filter echo, and the filter echo was the last one. One of thing that you should look more in the filter echo was the cut off of the filter echo, which was actually at 12k hertz, and that's around where we get air, since we have removed a lot of the high end and a lot of the harshness of the high end. We begin to lack a little bit of clarity, so we need a little bit of air. So we want the air to pass right here, so above the air shouldn't pass, so the many frequencies are allowed to pass. The filter echo also came with a feedback of 10%. That's just a little feedback, and we left this in default. For the second part of the vocals, everything just still the same except for this place of the filter echo, which have a mix of around 9% and a feedback around 0%. We didn't want any feedback, but rather we wanted a higher mix for that one. Now for Chooks Boy Ashake chorus effect, we have two effects when coming in right here, and the second effect was this other effect, and you can see I actually indicate the two Ashake chorus effect, one with a capital letter and one with a little small letter. This is because the one with capital letter is the one that actually emulates your voice and gives you that effect. Meanwhile, this other one is the one that makes your voice sound much like that of a child. So now we if this is the first one, and the first one, we have our noise gate plugged in as well, then pitch shifter, and the pitch shifter right here is being set to around 12 st, and the mix is 100%, and this is going to help the whole vocal have that high-end sound, that baby sound that's having pitch shifted, tweaking with a normal graphic EQ. And then we have our FBK compressor just for us to control that vocal, and also a DSL to stop the S sounds from coming out from the vocal. Our studio reverb went with a very high mix because to get the Ashika Chorus effect we need very high reverb, and we went with a very dark tone since we have a high end pitch, so we're going for a very dark tone and very much more loud size. Then we have our D delay, and our D delay is not doing anything much, just a little bit of delay so that we can get that bounce back from it. Then we end with another studio reverb, and this other studio reverb is just let's get that more reverb from it, and that Ashake Chorus effect settings. Next, for the second Ashike Chorus effect, we had the same, almost the same preset. We have a 1176 file here for this one. We have a univerb. This one doesn't have a pitch shift because we don't want the pitch to shift in this one. We came in with our graphic EQ as well, the same graphic EQ. So we had a ping pong delay for this one because the ping pong delay gives us that left right delay kind of feel. We came in with our vocal doubler, and also I had my chorus assembled from this preset. So we had also the vintage limiter, and this limiter is actually helping us to limit the vocals, so that no matter everything, no matter what we do using this vocal, no matter what we do, we won't go above a particular threshold. Now we had another compressor come in just to improve the quality of that signal, and at the end again another ping pong delay, which just gives it that vibe that we're looking for. And then we got the Ashike chorus effect and everything we needed for Chicks Boy vocals. Now for my own vocals, here was what I did. I actually came in with a noise gate for my own vocals, and also Mentor had to use a multi-filter, setting it at peaking because I actually noticed that I had some frequencies which were peaking higher than others, so I needed this multi-filter peaking to remove those high frequencies or those low frequencies that are moving higher or too low than others, so to keep everything almost in the same sound, because that will help us to keep that upfront vocals we are looking for. Next, we went ahead with the BL driver as well, and we were just to make sure that we distort that vocal and improve its quality. Next was the subtractive EQ method as well. We went in with subtractive EQ method, and we discovered that our vocal need more presence, more mid-range power. We have to add a little bit of the mid-range at the 800. Then we have our EQ3 or EQ3 coming in as well, so that we can just target that vocal into the point where it fits into the mix. Next was our 1176 compressor as well. We know what this compressor does, it helps for smoothness. We also came in with our DSR. Now for the DSR, you use this area to find the S sounds as well, and when you get the S sound, you can decide how many dB you want to reduce this. So we came in with our Tekla BA2A, and we also had our studio reverb with us as well. We came in with a filter echo. Now for the studio reverb, we were looking for the high end sound as well, and with our filter echo, nothing much, almost the same thing. The only thing you have to take that we had the feedback around 10%. So that was just what we did for my own vocals. For the doubles I used in my doubles, I use almost the same preset I use for my lead vocals, for my doubles. Apart from, the only thing I can point out was that I added this chorus effect and this vocal enhancer just to enhance that one and give that vocal presence. And you can see right here we pan to the left and to the right for the doubles. Next was the preset I used for my high pitch sound, and this is the new jazz reverb, which was giving me that sweet sound for my high pitch. For my low pitch sound, I use my Pro ad libs for this one, and this is because I wanted my low end sound to have that watery feel and because that warmth and pleasing sound for this song. Quite what next we did was that we had these vocals, which were the vocals that we are singing the chorus. Now for the chorus preset, we didn't use anything. You just that the choir preset made by BandLab is an awesome preset to use. So we used the choir preset made by BandLab, and we had this noise gate and EQ. And nothing much was there. We just really added only the DL driver just to increase the volume and drive the vocal a little bit to create that warmth for their vocal as well. Nothing much right in. If you listen to the song before, or if you haven't listened to the song, comment below. And when you listen to the song, you should tell me which preset you want to get. Either do you want to get my preset or the preset of Choose Boy, or do you want to get any of the ad libs? And when you comment below and tell me which of the presets you want, I'm gonna make sure that I send them to you. So we see you again next time. Peace.